Hello there, fabulous people, and welcome to today's live cooking. So, today I'm going to make a very lovely tea time special. It's going to be Scotch. Over here, I've got some hard boiled eggs, which I've already peeled. So, here I've got some fresh sausages, which is what we're going to be using to fully coat the eggs for the eggs Scotch. So I'm going to quickly begin by peeling the sausages. Fresh sausages are the best for these. Just peel and take off the outer layer of the fresh sausages, just simply like that. I'll quickly put on my gloves because I'm going to give it a good mash. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to quickly just mash these sausages. Just push it down, really. Doesn't take too long at all. And that's it. I just push the sausages down and it just combines, if you can see it properly. Very nice little mash. And that's set and ready. So I'll put that aside. Over on this bowl, I'm going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of plain flour. That should do. And I'm going to simply season this flour with a bit of salt. We just mix them all together. So that's our seasoned flour ready for coating the Scotch eggs. And in a different bowl, I'm going to have some breadcrumbs. And in another, I'm going to crack in 1 fresh egg. And simply it very simply, just like that. I'm going to quickly begin by just putting on some gloves because it is definitely a messy job. Use your hands if you wish to. It's definitely a messy job. So I put on some gloves. So you just pick this up. Oh, before that, you just want to pick a handful, a big amount of the sausage and just press it like that in the center of your palm. Just push it as flat down as you possibly can. And I'll take the egg and put it in the middle. Just as if you're wrapping up a present, you want to push down and wrap it around just like that. So just like you're wrapping a parcel, just push down and wrap the egg as much as you can so that there is no holes at all. Just roll it in your hand if you want to, that's fine. Just make sure it's properly covered so the egg is nicely covered inside. So first I'll put it in the seasoned flour and coat it all around. Remember, I did say it's a messy job, so if you want to use your bare hands, that's fine. I like to use gloves. Coat it in flour, just like that. And then it goes straight into the egg. That's the egg wash. Simple egg wash. Then it goes straight into the breadcrumbs. And at this stage, I like to just swivel it around. Just like this. And turn it over. Swivel it around again. You can see it's nicely coated in breadcrumbs. That's exactly what you're looking for. Just make sure it's fully coated front and back. The reason I like to swivel it around in a bowl like this is just to maintain its lovely circular shape. And that looks perfect. So we'll take a bowl and just, that's number one, we'll set it aside. Here's one I made earlier today. Because ideally you should put this in the fridge to set for about 30 minutes to an hour before frying it. So here's one I made earlier on today, and we're going to quickly put that on the stove to begin to fry. I'll get my oil in to the stove. Don't know if you can see properly. Let me shift this away so you can see properly. We'll get in the center of the camera. Remember, it's a live stream, so definitely mistakes are part of the fun. Okay, so we got our oil in the center. And I'm going to quickly test to see the oil is hot enough. That looks very hot to me. That's fine. So you'll simply take the Scotch eggs, which you've fully covered in breadcrumbs, and one at a time. Might be very hot, so I'll prefer to just put it in a frying spoon and then straight into the oil, just one at a time. Try not to overload the oil. So you give it enough space to fry properly and to be able to move around. I'll put the fourth one in. I think that's fine. Okay. So again, we're going to shape the next one. So let me get my gloves on again. Whilst that's frying, make sure we keep an eye on it. So I'll just use a quick stick and just make sure we're moving it around periodically, just to make sure it's frying nice and golden. And it's beautiful. It won't take long at all. So, like I said earlier, if you take a good amount of sausages, spread it around your palm, the center of your palm. If that's not enough, put more. There's no wrong to it. You can make it as thick or as thin as you like. So push it down as flat as possible. Just push it down nicely. Then we'll simply put the egg, boiled egg, right in the center, and just like a parcel, push it and push it until you've fully covered it. Just make sure there is no space. You don't want to be seeing the egg. The egg needs to be fully coated, and if you have a little space in between. There's nothing wrong. Just add a tiny bit more sausage in there and cover it. Just roll it around the center of your palm like a little ball. Well, that's a medium-sized ball, just like that. Yes. And firstly, I'll get it into the flour. Let's get all the flour in the middle so we have enough coating. Get this into the flour and swirl it around, just like that. It's nicely coated. That seals the sausage and makes the sausage stay in put. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep an eye on this Scotch eggs frying. Just make sure to turn it from time to time. You want it to be nice and golden. Let's have a look. You want your Scotch eggs to be nice and golden. You don't want it to be too burnt. So we'll keep an eye on this to make sure it's frying nicely. Okay? So I've just coated this in flour. And I'll put it straight into the egg wash. And then it goes straight into the golden breadcrumbs. Once it gets to the breadcrumbs, I like to just swirl it over, just to maintain that circular shape. Just turn it over in the breadcrumb. So it keeps nice and circle. That looks fully coated to me, and we'll take it out of here and set this aside. So ideally, like I said earlier, you need to refrigerate this for at least half an hour to an hour, just so that all the coating can really set in properly before frying them. I'll give this a quick clear up and we should be ready to have tea in a minute. So just keep an eye on this one, make sure it's frying evenly. You can see that lovely golden color. It looks absolutely beautiful. So this should be ready, I'd say, in a minute or so. You want to make sure you have that perfect, lovely crunch. I'll get my tea bowl ready. We'll check in again to see. It looks beautifully fried. I'm going to get a tea towel and bring it out of the fire. So this has been frying for I think about 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes it's been frying, and they look nicely golden and absolutely ready for tea. I've just put a tea towel on a plate. I'm going to quickly just put this out into a plate, just like that. Just to strain out any excess oils that you might have inside. Strain them out. As you can see, Scotch eggs are perfectly nice and golden, and it's ready. And that looks beautiful. I'll set this here to just drain it for a moment whilst I continue frying the second batch. We'll move this aside for now. And I'm going to quickly show you how absolutely beautiful this is. You just set it on your dinner plating. Simply just like that. Make some tea for the family. And everyone's gathered round and they are absolutely ready to enjoy this tea time special. So the whole family's gathered round. We're going to boil a kettle of tea and we're ready to enjoy. So I'll get a quick knife and cut through this just to show you what it looks like on the inside. It's a very simple way to make tea time special for your family. So we'll simply grab one of these out. I'm going to cut it through in the middle. Can you see? Cut this through in the middle. You can see that lovely, perfect crunch on the outside and beautiful on the inside. So you have your beautiful Scotch eggs ready for tea. So I'll zoom in just so you can see properly. So we'll keep this right there. So it's a very simple way for you to make tea time for your family, and everyone can enjoy a simple tea ready in no time, in absolutely no time. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope you can try out this recipe. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, share this video with your friends and family, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Costco. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you again next Monday for another live video. Goodbye. Thanks, Nancy. Thank you, Davina.